Hello everyone, welcome to Super Coaching Regulatory Bodies by Testbook. My name is Kaustubh and I'm your English educator here at Testbook. In this session, we are going to look at how to write good essays, and we are going to study descriptive writing through newspaper articles for your upcoming RBI Grade B exams as well as NABARD exams as well in the future. Now, as you all know, RBI Grade B Phase 1 results have been declared, and some of you must be preparing for your Grade B Phase 2 exams as well. And in the Phase 2 exams, basically it is all about answer writing and writing the essays and descriptive section of the paper. So in today's session, we are going to discuss specifically about the English part of it. How exactly to write an essay, what are the potential topics that you could come across in the actual exam this year, and everything else regarding the descriptive section. So basically I'll just give you an overview. As you all know, paper 2 is a descriptive type computer based paper, and you have to practice your typing here. Basically the duration is 90 minutes and the paper is of 100 marks, and in this you will be asked one essay writing question, one précis writing question, and one comprehension question. Also sometimes they ask business or official correspondence, and this test is basically taken because the examiner wants to check your writing skills, the clarity of expression, and the ability to communicate effectively, right? So the agenda of this session is going to be as follows. So we are going to firstly look at the previous year questions of essay writing, what exactly the questions were asked in the last 4 years of RBI Grade B Phase 2 exams. Apart from that, for the upcoming exams, what are the key areas of preparation that you have to focus on? Then some tips and suggestions to make your writing more effective. Then we are also going to look at some potential essay writing topics that can be asked in the RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam of 2024. And lastly, we are going to look at some newspaper articles that will help you with the content of the essays. So talking about the previous year examples or previous year questions of RBI Grade B, these are some of the questions that were asked in 2019. So basically, financial inclusion and the role of RBI, urbanization and its impact on society, challenges to the Indian agriculture sector. In 2020, as you can see, role of women in Indian economy, e-commerce and opportunities and challenges in India, and then India's demographic dividend, opportunities and challenges. So these are the questions that were asked in 2020. In 2021, the three topics that were asked were three effective measures to eradicate illiteracy in India. Explain how measures suggested by you will be effective. It is often said that computerization will result in unemployment. Do you agree? Explain. And then the third point was high-rise buildings, which is an infrastructural and environmental issue. Okay. Then in 2022, the questions were impact of global economic slowdown on India, climate change and its impact on the Indian economy, cryptocurrency, boon or bane. These were the topics asked in 2022. And last year, the role of digitization in the Indian banking sector, importance of financial literacy in economic growth, and privatization of public sector banks, pros and cons. These were some of the topics that were previously asked. Now, generally the trend is that the essays are asked on topics that are going on in current affairs. So basically you have to focus on the economic and financial issues. Digitization is a topic which is currently going on. It was there 2 years ago, it was there last year. This year also they can ask you questions based on digitization. Financial inclusion, again a very generally commonly asked topic, and they also ask you questions on inflation or banking reforms. Okay. और सोशल इश्यूज के ऊपर भी सवाल आ सकते हैं. दे कुड आस्क यू क्वेश्चंस ऑन जेंडर इक्वालिटी, हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन. Like apart from that, politics related questions can also be asked, especially international politics. It could be about climate change, it could be about trade wars, it could be about international relations, it could be about actual wars that are happening throughout the world, right? They can ask you essays based on technology and innovation. For example, AI is now everywhere in all the fields, so definitely you can expect one question, at least one question based on AI. They can also ask you questions on blockchain technology, automation. These are some of the topics. And again, government policies is another very hot topic which is generally asked in the exams. So it could be about Make in India, it could be about Startup India, it could be about GST reforms, it could be about Atal pension scheme, it could be about anything, any government policy that is going on presently. These are just few examples that I am mentioning here. All right. Now, to talk about tips for writing a good essay, there are 4 tips that I would like to share with you. The first tip is focus on the structure of your essay. So your essay should have a good introduction. It should have a good 3 or 4 paragraphs in the body part of the paragraph of the essay, and then you should also write a good conclusion. Now, I have already made a separate video on how to write effective essays. This video was made for a SEBI exams, and it is available on the channel itself. So if you guys want to check it out, there is a video available on the channel itself, so you can go and see it. Apart from that, you have to stay focused with the current affairs, because a good essay is filled with good content. If you do not have good content, if you do not have relevant content about the particular topic, then your essay will look very bland, it looks very ordinary, it looks very mediocre, and that is not going to help you with your scores. So make sure that you are updated with current affairs, so that you have good content, relevant data that you can add in your paragraphs. Also, you have to support your arguments with facts and examples, because sometimes they ask you your opinion, as you could see in the last examples as well. Pros and cons also were asked. Sometimes they ask you questions like explain why this phenomena is happening, or they ask you questions like what is your take, what is your opinion on this. So there are essays where you have to take a stand, where you have to explain your point of view, and while excuse me, while doing so, you also have to be able to produce facts and examples. And to basically to produce these facts and examples, you need to have valid data, and this is precisely what we are going to do discuss in this particular video. Lastly, you have to maintain your clarity and avoid unnecessary jargon. Okay, you have to stick to the topic that is asked, and not write something which is irrelevant or not related to the topic. Okay, unnecessary jargon bhi avoid karna hai, because there are certain examples where students, just because they know a particular word, they start using those words in the sentences, making them unnecessarily complicated, which is not going to help in any way. Anyway, going ahead, these are some of the potential essay writing topics for your upcoming RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam. So I have given you 5 topics here. The first topic is digital currency and CBDC, which is the central bank digital currency. With RBI launching its digital rupee, an essay on the pros and cons of digital currencies or the impact of CBDC on the Indian economy could be asked. These are some potential topics. They can ask you a question like what are pros and cons of digital currencies, or they can ask you the impact of CBDC on the Indian economy. Secondly, they can also ask you India's growth story and economic resilience. So post-pandemic recovery, India's economic growth, and how India is positioning itself as a global economic power. These are some keywords that I have highlighted that you must focus on, and these might be some relevant topics, especially with focus on sectors like manufacturing, services, and exports. They might ask you sector specific questions as well, be it manufacturing or service sector or exports, or the question might be a generic question based on India's economic growth post pandemic recovery. Then the third topic which could be asked is green financing and sustainable development. Again, a very hot topic which is currently being discussed. So basically, in every aspect of economy, environmental sustainability is talked about. Be it the G20 summit, be it the COP summits, everywhere you see that people are talking about the environmental sustainability, and green financing comes under that. So ESG, that is environmental, social, governance investments, could be asked, and their role in economic development are some of the other potential areas where the essays could be asked, from where the essays could be asked. Okay. Then the fourth topic for your potential essays is digital banking and financial inclusion. Again, one of the hot topics is financial inclusions. The rise of digital banking platforms and initiatives like UPI, Aadhaar enabled payments, financial inclusion. There is a likelihood that an essay topic could be asked on the role of digital banking in financial inclusion, or challenges that are faced in digitization, in digitizing the banking sector. Again, it could be a positive or a negative essay. Like they could ask you the role of digital banking, which is a positive way of asking it, or they could ask you the challenges which are faced in digitizing the banks, which is a little bit negative, or the other way of asking the same topic, right? Then the fifth topic of today's exercise is global inflation and its impact on India. So they could ask you about rising global inflation due to supply chain disruptions, geopolitical tensions like Russia-Ukraine war, or the war in the Middle East that is presently going on, or any energy crisis of a particular nature, right? So topics like inflation and its impact on the Indian economy, measures that are taken to tackle inflation could also prove to be very significant. So these are the 5 potential topics that could be asked in the upcoming classes. We will also discuss some other topics, and we are going to discuss all these topics in detail. And in today's session, for our session in this particular uh, video, we are going to discuss the first topic, digital currency and CBDC, central bank digital currency. We are going to talk about this particular essay. The remaining topics, India's growth story, green financing, and digital banking and global inflation, we will discuss them later on. As we go ahead, we'll discuss each and every topic in detail. Now, the title of our lecture is how and where you have to find out these essay writing topics. So basically, newspaper reading becomes the most important part. And the essence of this particular lecture is that you have to read a lot. You have to read newspapers. Now, generally for RBI Grade B, we suggest reading Business Standard, the Economic Times. Also, sometimes the Hindu also you can refer to, because the Hindu का जो financial section होता है उसमें भी काफी सारे अच्छे news आते हैं. So that is all what you can refer to. This particular article that we are going to discuss today is an article from the Business Standard on 27th of September. 27 September 2024. This article was published. RBI averse to crypto but is all set to float CBDC. Finance Ministry weighs options. Okay. So I hope you guys are able to read what is written on the screen. These are actual screenshots of the article that was written in this particular edition. So if we go through the article, the Reserve Bank of India has made no bones. See, the first sentence itself, we got an idiom, has made no bones. To make no bones means basically to make something very clear. To make something very clear. साफ साफ शब्दों में बताना, एक्सप्रेस करना. It's called to make no bones about it being averse to cryptocurrency. कि RBI जो है वो खुद cryptocurrency को लेके averse है, not in favor of, है ना? Ever since it emerged on the horizon in the country a few years ago, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das has in fact sought an outright ban on it, while making his views clear on it at several platforms in the last 2 years. Now, this is his statement. Crypto should be banned given its no underlying value in the market. Just like every asset, every financial product comes with some underlying value. Hence, the value of crypto is totally based on the make-believe factor. Make-believe factor के ऊपर ये based है. Real में कुछ है नहीं. This is what he said in January this year during a media event. The article further states crypto is a form of gambling without any underlying value and is not 100% speculation world, but 100% speculation world. This is again continuing what he said. He had said in the same event while seeking a ban on it. If crypto is allowed in India, the RBI may likely fail in monitoring the transactions, Das has said. The RBI governor has gone on to say that crypto masquerading का मतलब क्या होता है कि बेसिकली शो ऑफ करना. क्रिप्टो करेंसी का शो ऑफ जो किया जा रहा है दुनिया भर में, है ना, मैस्करेड किया जा रहा है एज ए फाइनेंशियल एसेट, is completely misplaced argument. According to him, this is a misplaced argument. Then the article further says, calling crypto as a form of gambling, Das has said that gambling is not promoted in India, and if people still want to indulge in it, then there is a need to draw proper rules for it, while calling it an outright ban on it. You know, while calling for an outright ban on it. So basically, the RBI governor in this particular case clearly is against cryptocurrencies. He has said that crypto products need to be looked at, and going forward, the effort is to develop an international framework and international architecture to deal with this problem. So basically, what is happening in CBDC? Although the RBI has vehemently opposed cryptocurrency, so RBI governor personally is opposing it. Its own central bank digital currency CBDC, which has been launched as a pilot project on December 1, 2022 for retail use, is ready to target 1 million users by the end of this month. So the governor himself is against cryptocurrencies, but the RBI in 2022, December 1st, had launched a pilot project of CBDC, and basically this is ready to target 1 million users by the end of this month. Now, this is again a data that you can use in your essays. So this was informed by the RBI on Thursday during the post repo rate announcement press conference. While it has no specific date in mind for a full-fledged launch of CBDC, the central bank will take a measured approach, it said. So this is what the bank said regarding CBDC. RBI also has plans to make the United Payments Interface, that is UPI platform, fully interoperable with the CBDC. So UPI को CBDC के साथ interoperable करने का भी plan है. ये एक बहुत बड़ा important point है that you can note down and write for this particular essay. We are not targeting any specific date. It will be a calibrated approach, T. Ravi Shankar, Deputy Governor RBI, said on June 8. We want to assess the impact and learn as we go. By the end of June, we are targeting 1 million CBDC users. We are also planning to make UPI QR code interoperable with CBDC, he added. The matter of banning crypto, as far as completely banning cryptocurrencies, back in 2022, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had said that the stand could be taken only after considerable international collaboration on the risks, benefit, evolution of common taxonomy and standards. So how your approach should be, जब भी आपका क्रिप्टो करेंसी को लेके कोई आर्टिकल आएगा, so this is what you can write, that even in the form of solutions, that international collaboration should be there on what are the exact risks, what are the benefits, how is the evolution of the common taxonomy and standards, common words, common terminology that is going to be used, and basically everything should be done with international collaboration according to the finance minister. So this is something that you can add in the essay. Cryptocurrencies are by definition borderless and require international collaboration to prevent regulatory arbitrage. Therefore, any legislation for regulation or for banning can be effective only after significant international collaboration on evaluation of the risks and benefits and evolution of common taxonomy standards, Sitharaman had told Parliament in a reply earlier this year. Though during the meeting of the G20 finance ministers, central bank governors held in Bengaluru in February, it was decided that once the International Monetary Fund and the Financial Stability Board formulate a technical paper in a bid to attain coordinated global approach for the regulation of crypto assets, as proposed by Indian presidency of the G20, it will form the basis of future discussions to develop international architecture. So this is again a very important point that you can mention, that India in its presidency of G20, the meeting was held between all the finance ministers of the G20 countries and also the governors of the central bank of all these countries. And in this meeting, they basically decided that IMF and Financial Stability Board, that is FSB, they need to formulate a technical paper in a bid to attain this coordinated global approach. So basically, IMF and FSB need to come into play to make this global approach possible, and for the regulation of crypto assets. This was proposed in this particular meeting. Adding to this, Sitharaman had said that FMCBG meeting that cryptocurrency regulation was discussed by a panel on February 23rd, 2023, and would again come up in the meeting scheduled in 2020, July 2023. A synthesis of two studies by IMF and FSB would be considered in September this year, which will lead towards creation of global policy approach on this matter, she had informed. So basically, this is what the paragraph says. And if you see, Friday 27 September 2024, this is the Business Standard article. Again, RBI to make digital currency available offline, says Governor Das. This is another news that you can add to your reading list on this particular topic. Now, once you read the entire article, we have gone through the entire article. This is something that comes as a crux of the matter, which you can use as pointers for your essay writing. Firstly, the introduction of central bank digital currency by RBI marks a significant step towards modernizing the Indian financial ecosystem. This is something that you can write. Unlike private cryptocurrencies, which the RBI has strongly opposed, CBDC is a digital form of Indian rupee backed by the central government, or central bank. And these are the key points. So firstly, we are talking about purpose. The primary goal of CBDC is to make transactions more efficient. CBDC is different from other cryptocurrencies because it is basically a digital form of the Indian rupee and not the typical cryptocurrency that exists like Bitcoin and all, right? Reduced reliance on cash and offer a state-backed digital currency alternative to private cryptocurrencies and existing payment systems like UPI. This is the purpose. What are the challenges? Despite its benefits, concerns remain about data privacy, cybersecurity, and the impact on consumer behavior. So again, a very important point that you can add: how consumer behavior can be impacted. What about data privacy, cybersecurity? All these things can also be mentioned. Okay, as CBDC usage increases, it may influence banking deposits, but RBI has mitigated risks by ensuring CBDCs as non-remunerative and do not bear interests, right? So this is something that you can add to show the depth of your knowledge in this particular field. Online transactions. A key feature of CBDC is its potential for offline transactions, ensuring inclusivity even in regions with limited internet access. So not just online, offline transactions can also be done. This is a key feature of CBDC, and especially in those regions where there is limited internet access. This feature is intended to make the CBDC more widely accessible and practical in rural areas. And the fourth point that you can mention is the global context. India is among the few countries actively experimenting with this CBDCs, while many developed countries remain cautious. India's digital currency has reached over 1 million users with ongoing efforts to make interoperable with UPI. This is what we read in the newspaper article as well. And this could be a potential point for your essay on this topic. And in conclusion, CBDCs offer promising advancements in digital finance, but careful consideration is needed. You can also add points about the G20 meeting of all the finance ministers that was mentioned in the article. You can also mention the other things that we discussed in the article. So this is how you can conclude your particular topic. So I hope you guys got the gist of what we are trying to discuss here, and what exactly and how exactly newspaper articles help you to get the context right, to get the content right, and writing a good effective essay. Now this is not an example of a perfect essay. These are just pointers for you guys to note down in your essay. Essay का structure जो है, we discussed in the beginning of the session. There has to be one introductory paragraph. Apart from that, there has to be a body part of it, which consists of 3 to 4 paragraphs, and then you will have to write the proper conclusion. So you guys have to write the essays. You have to type the essays, and you can send me your essays. Also, we have started a descriptive writing portal on the Testbook website, which you guys can go and check out. इसके बारे में हम पूरा डिटेल में बताएंगे. आज शाम को, रात को 8 बजे at 8 o'clock in the evening, we are going to have a YouTube session where we are going to tell you about this exciting news for all of you regarding the RBI descriptive portal. okay, where you can actually practice answer writing, essay writing, and everything for all your phase 2 subjects. In the upcoming lectures, we are going to discuss all the other remaining topics as well. The topics that we discussed today, uh, be it India's growth story, economic and economic resilience, green financing, global inflation, all these things are going to be discussed in the upcoming lectures. What you guys can do is write demo essays. First of all, go through articles, newspaper articles on these particular topics, and find out articles from different sources, be it Business Standard, be it the Economic Times, be it any other newspaper or magazine that you follow, that you would like to follow. You can also refer to the website of RBI. वहां पर भी बहुत सारे चीजें अपलोड करते रहते हैं वो, है ना. And make good notes out of it. Try to figure out what could be added in your essay and what could be skipped in that essay, and try to write demo articles, demo essays on these particular topics. And I would definitely be more than happy to evaluate your essays. Okay, so you guys can send your essays to me on Telegram as well. So this is my Telegram channel @Kaustubh Sir _Testbook. You can join me here, and you can send me your essays in the PDF format if you wish to get them evaluated. So that was all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you guys liked this concept. And if you have liked this video, please share it with your friends, those who are preparing for RBI Grade B Phase 2 exams. So we will meet tomorrow again at the same time, 10 o'clock, and we are going to have these half an hour sessions where we'll discuss a particular article from a newspaper and how to write a good essay from that particular article. We'll also discuss that. Okay, so that is all for from my side for today. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining and watching the session. Before we end and leave, I would like to, if you guys are preparing for RBI Grade B next year, 2025, if that is your target, then I would like to remind all of you that RBI Grade B Laksh batch has been launched. Testbook Super Coaching RBI Grade B Laksh batch, a comprehensive batch where you will get everything in detail for your phase 1, phase 2, and interview preparation. Okay, I will be covering the English part of it, be it phase 1 or phase 2, and the link to the batch is in the description below. You can enroll in that batch. Highly recommend karunga main. You can also apply my coupon code KAUSTUBH. This is my coupon code. You can apply this code for maximum discount. The English classes start on 7th of October. This is a batch for next year. So those who are preparing or those who are planning to appear RBI Grade B next year, you can definitely check it out. Okay. So that is all for today. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining and watching this session. I'll see you again in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye and have a good day.